Uh, Nice to see you again. Today we're gonna see and I'm gonna comment and translate some new videos from Russia-Ukrainian War, and the main videos are two. One, the first is the phone videos from Russian lieutenant who was captured by Ukrainians somewhere in a village close to Donetsk. And he was captured, of course, alive and well, and they discovered that he have had filmed some pieces of the of his life before the war, and pieces from the war activity to his phone, and the Ukrainians made a small documentary called Occupant about the young guy. This videos contains the documentary contains pieces of the videos of the from the smartphone. Later, he was interviewed by a journalist too, when he was in prison, the war prisoner of the war, and yes, he was asked, did he know that they are gonna go to the war outside Russia, and he gave such kind of quite that a bit mixed or a bit fuzzy or foggy answer. At first, he admitted that he knew that what kind of things are coming. Then he said that, well, no, he didn't know that he discovered that they are he's in Ukraine later, when he was already in Ukraine. But yes, it is actually, it's not true. Actually, they all knew, because he was a lieutenant. He was trained. He was studying in the. He had studied in the special military school and so on. So he wasn't such kind of dumb idiot, and do not to know that what's going on. And he was asked that did some soldiers refuse to go to Ukraine, and he said yes, there was several soldiers who were fired after the refusal to go to the Ukraine, and so the simple soldiers and not the officers knew that they are going to Ukraine, according his own words. But he, the officer, and he made the career actually during the war in Ukraine. During his short stint in the war, he made a career, because there were a lot of people, a lot of soldiers, Russian soldiers, were killed. So that's why he was graduated, lifted to the next level. But anyway, he actually probably knew very well what's going on, but he decided to go to Ukraine to occupy it. So let's see. It's a 20-minute video, but we don't see. We don't watch all the video, but the main or most important parts of it. So let's see the video. Sorry. Right, a little moment. So. Sorry, it's a bit technical issue. He was born in 98. Yes, he was studying in the military war. He was those guys were known as Kremlin warriors. So.
Мы кремлевские курсанты, честь и
Kremlin.
70-й город. Ой,
It's graduating from the military school.
Чеченская республика, город Шали.
In Murmansk, it's the north side of Russia. He was married, he has kids.
Что мы сегодня покушать купили?
Some partying.
Шашлычок по-русски. А закуска у нас какая? Включай полный.
Может, вообще помидорку есть?
Только с вашей.
Partying. Some nature in the Murmansk.
Оставьте нас.
Отдельно от кого? От России?
Конечно.
Отдельной республикой быть?
Конечно.
Я первый раз.
Here is talking with a Chechen guy.
Республика, страной. Мы бы
Отдельной
всю
страной
жизнь
быть?
были.
Chechen guy about the independence of Chechnya. Okay, it's a lot of partying, having fun with us, drinking. Okay, going to war. March 3rd, he was asked, recalled to go to the war, and he knew that it's going to. Actually, he knew that they are going to Ukraine. already in Ukraine. He met saw the local people. You can see. At first, he was in Melitopol, which is in the east Ukraine. Small
Дежурный по
Melitopol is a
части.
smaller industrial city. But then you can see how he was searching, checking the abandoned Ukrainian military base or military office, and trying to find the weapons.
Сука, хоть один БМчик, блядь.
He's asking that he's here some gun, at least one gun, at least.
Жадина. Нахуй в пизду.
Helicopter.
19 марта, заебись. Время
12 March 12.
7 часов. Снег выпал, блядь. Нормально. Село Петровка.
Vilnius, Petrovka, Donetsk, east.
15 марта сегодня. Ждем роту десантников, придается к нам. 70-й полк.
Waiting for the he was driving with a ambulance vehicle around. You can see the wounded soldiers.
Село Новомайорское.
Новомайорское.
Не знаю уже какой день, блядь.
There are a lot of villages in Ukraine.
Вот так я выгляжу, блядь. Только что его взяли. Забрали 200-го с инженерно-саперного батальона. Фарш. Один фарш. Мосты начали выкладывать. И туда прилетело. Сейчас не знает, что делать.
They were carrying a dead guy.
Один фарш. Мосты начали выкладывать. И туда прилетело. Сейчас не знает, что делать. Знаю уже. Знаю уже, какой день, блядь. Вот так я выгляжу, блядь. Только что его взяли. Сейчас не знает, что делать, перегруппировываться, не перегруппировываться.
It's a regrouping, and getting more soldiers was always a problem in Russian army. Is a problem in Russian army because they don't have enough, and they don't get enough soldiers. And now it's coming the most important part of the video where he's driving around with a armored vehicle, some armored vehicle, and now you look how it looks, the armored vehicle inside, and it's there in quite in real danger inside.
Вот.
They look outside, almost only outside periscope. They get out too. They're going somewhere. Yes, you can see the road sign is to Donetsk, around 36, and Sloviansk and 161, and Kharkiv 380 kilometers. And yes, all the cities are still under the control of Ukraine, but they always try to get them. Donetsk is really, really close, and here.
Блять, 17:30.
March
22 или 23 марта.
2nd. At the early morning, 6:30. Villages. It's always interesting that they could drive around pretty easily without having fear of some ambush or attacks by the partisans, or so getting some artillery. But it was driving in the middle of the day without proper defense by air defense or something else. So it's
Пусть там. Пусть мучается. Мучается, падла, блядь.
Знаете,
очень.
Нарик.
Иди сюда. Вот так вот тоже, как бы,
it seems that they were drinking vodka with little cups.
Село Георгиевка вроде бы.
From the interview, it appeared that they were living in some house with a granny, and granny was keeping the animals. Some big rats. I see there were these Ukrainians and some other nations are keeping them as a normal house, very normal animals.
Село Заря. Раньше как-то по-другому называлось. Вот видите. Сегодня какое марта, не знаю. Сегодня какое число у нас, блядь? 29-е?
He's asking what the date is. They were driving around with a small
Я выгляжу вот так.
tank-looking tank or bee.
Вчера помылся.
She's talking that he washed himself last day.
Побрился.
Shaved.
29 марта.
Again in the inside the
видео.
Нахуя?
The other guy was asking why he is filming. Now it's a critical moment.
Ебанули БТР прямо.
He's saying that one BTR was blown up. BTR is with a wheeled vehicle, armored vehicle, but usually the BTRs are pretty too fast to get easily to destroyed. So that's why BTRs destroyed BTRs are pretty, because they are fast with their wheels not tracked, and they are pretty rare to destroy, to be destroyed. Then he is saying BTR was destroyed.
Ебать.
Swearing a lot, I see.
Здесь еще ебано, блядь. Только ебанули, блядь.
Another vehicle was blown up.
Наши, не наши, блядь.
Asking is
Ебаный рот, блядь.
guys or enemy.
Надо ебашить отсюда, сейчас БК ебанет, блядь. Мы уже 3 часа под обстрелами.
He's saying that 3 hours after the attack.
Просто пиздец. Разъёб полный,
Swearing a
блядь.
lot. Somebody said we shoot them, but there are some problems. Some gun
Чё, не работает пушка?
doesn't work.
Не так. Рот, блядь.
Changing gears. It's interesting how it looks.
Наша машина взорвалась.
Okay, actually, they got hit finally, and but it wasn't like the T-72 blowing up with a huge fireball. That they were hit by something else, some not with anti-tank, but something else, which that's why the tank or armored vehicle was a little bit blown up. So the guy ran away and found himself in a little barn with cows. Or in interviews, he said that they were in cellar, but in this video they look like they are in some kind of barn.
Вон наша машина.
He's pointing out that the vehicle is still smoking.
Мясо чье-то. Кто-то
He's
взорвал.
looking at it, somebody's meat, human meat.
Вот она, ему в ней были.
With their tank or not
Ёбаный
tank, but
рот, ей
armored
пизда.
vehicle. Now he's hiding himself in some barn with the cows. And there are the Ukrainian soldiers walking, searching for the Russian soldiers who had run away. April the 3rd. He's seeing the Ukrainian soldiers. You hear the cow. So Ukrainian soldiers I see are walking pretty carefree around, not afraid of shooting. What is it? Finally, he gave up and walked out and gave himself to the prison of war. Yes, this guy's name is Shalaev. Yuris Shalaev. And he was lieutenant, but he could give orders to the quite large group. Okay, it was a little movie Occupant. Let's see. Okay, here is another video about May 9th in the Lithuania, especially in
Пропускайте нові відео, обов'язково пишіть.
О том, что ты говорил, что мы тут нашли.
Коли
Экипировка, каски, ну и так далее.
here is some pieces of the situation in the Ukraine, close to the war zones.
Та-дам!
Let's say bombs and loud.
Настоящий русский солдат берет ее с собой даже в поле. В Украине.
Очень двоякое такое чувство, потому что, конечно, очень жаль сейчас всех тех мирных жителей, которые на Украине, всех скорбь, которые ни за что сейчас страдают.
He's saying it's not in Lithuania, it's some kind of Russian city that you can see they are wearing the old Soviet hats and stuff, and saying, of course, that they are mourning the soldiers who were killed in Second World War.
Конечно, очень-очень их жалко.
Сейчас идет война, а вот грусть, скорбь по поводу погибших парней. Вот, то есть тяжело на самом деле. Патриотизм.
Веру в будущее, чтобы росли дети, чтобы была память о наших предках.
Ребята поддерживают. У нас недавно состоялся концерт. Все только за. Поддерживают ее. Не только сотрудники, но и дети. За военную операцию.
Наше будущее только светлым. Как бы трудно.
Чтобы ни один враг нас не сломит. Вот. Желание даже показать еще больше всем.
No enemies can be against Russia. Of course, you can see that most of the prizers of Putin are females.
Тем, что мы такая страна, которая ни перед кем, скажем так, не склонит голову.
It's quite interesting how they are celebrating the May 9th victory day.
Для нас 9 мая никогда не было праздником. Для нас
Vilnius, Lithuania, and you can hear the specific accent of Lithuanian Russians.
9 мая это день ужаса. Это день геноцида литовской нации и оккупации. Все.
Actually, the May 9th is horrible.
Ну, в принципе, мы пришли посмотреть, если так честно, сколько еще в Литве осталось тех, которые верят в те сказки про великую Россию и про ее освободительную миссию.
He's talking with almost without accent, but he is saying that he came to see how many people are in Vilnius or who are believing the Russian fairy tales.
Просмотреть, сколько процентов их еще осталось, которые еще вот такими закрытыми глазами, как лошади, были в старые времена, когда машин пугали. Нас же убивали с тех времен, когда разделили республику двух государств. Нас же все время убивали. Куда они ни приходили, там убивали. Убивали наших прадедов. Убивали мой дедушка в 1942 году в решетах скончался. Бабушка 18 лет промоталась.
Yes, in Soviet times there was a lot of killings, executions, and deportings. A lot of people were deported, and his granddad too.
Сначала в Алтайском крае, потом она удрала оттуда, посидела в тюрьме, в лагере, кончила свою жизнь. Вот, и меня спрашивают, и я встречаю к душе вот этой великой России. Мы, как я говорю, меня русские спрашивают, я в услугах работаю, я встречаюсь довольно часто с теми, которые снимают квартиры здесь. Вот, и меня спрашивают, когда Россия станет нормальным государством. Я говорю, когда она станет такая, как в мексиканском сериале. Просто Россия, а не великая. Тогда она может остаться от Волги за счет своей работы.
Почему вы здесь сегодня и как вы думаете, вот эти вот фотографии с вами?
Я возложить просто цветы ребятам, которые боролись с фашизмом.
Сегодня 9 мая проходит на фоне войны с Украиной. Фотографии.
Про Украину я сама с Харькова, поэтому что мне сказать? Я все потеряла. У меня 2 сына, вот такие как вы. Меня сын забрал и отправил в Западную Украину. Где мама была угнана в Германию.
Такое видела в начале 90-х.
Что вы имеете в виду?
Вот так мало народу. Когда русские здесь были оккупанты, народ может боится, может не хочет.
У меня дедушка воевал.
9 мая сегодня проходит на фоне войны с Украиной. Какой-то...
Я просто выглажаю цветы. Просто хочу память почтить своему деду. И те, которые за нас, конечно, отдали жизнь.
Then you can see the little provocative activity. By the way, in Estonia, these kind of things were banned. Nobody allowed to come to with a Ukrainian flag and made a demonstration. It was banned in Estonia.
Это очень важно.
It's filming here. She's filming. Yes, in Estonia this is kind of pickets. It's pretty interesting to watch how they are.
Ну, процентов 90 людей, которые поддерживают ну, вот этот праздник сталинский, 9 мая, они в основном все украинофобы. И есть абсолютная связь между тем, что происходит сейчас в Украине, между культом войны, культом победы.
Слава Советскому Союзу!
He saying long live the Soviet Union.
А вот так. Ну как так? А как так? Вот как и дальше. Так, расскажи. Вот и как. Да пошел ты, чтобы я что-то рассказывал. Да. Слава Советскому Союзу! Слава Сталину! И Антонасу Снежку!
Okay, it was interesting. It's ended with a guy who prized the Soviet Union and Stalin and so on. It was in Lithuania, May 9th in 2022 or 2022. So okay, let's finish now, and I hope we can see you meet, and we're gonna meet some next time.